remembering the self, pulling all the parts of the self back together from the desert of the mind to be complete, whole, to swim in the ocean of eternity, the ocean of love and mercy, from a state of all, and we are but awareness within it all. So how to access the ocean? Our human mind wants to know the theory, we're doing, but we want to be going from doing to being. And then, a more advanced way is the R-ing, understanding that we are it. Although the direct experiencing is the mystic path, observing the addictions to distraction, and that's very apparent, and seeing is believing for a lot of us, hence my journey to make visible the invisible, starting off using visual arts, but going into creating direct experiences and moving into visual experiential interactions where we can see our whole system, both physically and energetically, or, both the physical and the energetic, opening people up to their potentiality, a way to give direct experience, to dive into the stillness, and how our technology can be harnessed to assist the growth and is a tool for our extension of our energy system. Many years ago, I started working with the biofield viewer, taking clients through and showing them their current state in real time video, and then taking stills of that video for them to observe and witness. Many of them were able to change their own state just by viewing the congestion on the screen, learning how to move energy with intention. But the technology allowed you to see where the flow was congested, or where the symmetry was off, or where how the patterns, textures, colors of the field were reacting to the energetics. The viewer can witness now the field as it moves and shifts, how the flow returns and congestion is diminished. They can see with their own eyes. They can move the energy with their own body and see instantly the shifts in their state. Further development of the biofield viewer has shown a user-friendly interface that the larger community can use in their own homes for free, a gift to humanity. And as the research and development of this phase of the biofield technology, I saw wondrous things in my clients and myself. I'll share just a couple. So, one, having the person try different tones and seed sounds, different frequencies, vibrations, and having them watch, inviting them to watch how their subtle energy moves and illuminates in specific areas dependent on the specific technique, related to their discomfort or their core issue. Yeah, it's all about the core, not necessarily working on the symptom, like looking at the energetics and going, where is this symptom coming from? And then giving them a practice, giving them homework. But going through the homework before they left the clinic room, and they could witness, view how their system would shift and change using those particular techniques. So the results were much better because obviously they were able to see there's a result. So they're going to, continue to do their homework and work on their specific core issue. So number 2 was, or is, watching myself, especially when doing remote energy medicine protocols, and videoing myself and watching and analyzing the video after to see what centers were activated during what parts of the protocol, so that I could learn more about how I do my work and how other energy medicine practitioners and medicine women and men do their work, yeah? So we can learn about how we do what we do in a non-invasive way. Number 3, moving from different conscious states, these phase shifts. What I was noticing that when in particular practices, that there would be these, what I'm calling phase shifts, that would correlate with brainwave states also. And what you would see on the video was like your own personal energy avatar. This technology is like a soul mirror. It's a non-invasive screening of our human systems that can indicate the disruptions within our soul energy, you know, such as, you know, chakras, meridians, neurovascular systems, lymphatics, you name it, the biofield. And in addition to showing those phase shifts that were correlating to from the state of, say, a beta or beta brainwave state to an alpha, and then a great shift, right? A phase shift when going into gamma brainwave state. And this showed the field not only of the person, but around the person shifting as the protocols were being done. We saw time and time again the disease or the injury or illness on the screen transforming the physical ailment as the person went through higher and more conscious aspects of their energy bodies. Meaning, when we saw something as simple as sinusitis, the physical imagery on the screen of the body and the corresponding energies or subtle energies, as the person would go through the process of shifting the frequency of the body, the energy systems, this was producing state changes of consciousness. And we were able to see this in real-time imagery. The changes that we would see from congestion, inflammation and whatnot would disappear, and they would seem insignificant as we move through these state shifts. The pain and discomfort disappear, and the experience of pain and discomfort is non-apparent as the person comes back into the general state of awareness that corresponds to a beta state or beta state brainwave or lower alpha. We see the sinusitis or the ailment return in the field. And so what this is showing is many things, but in a nutshell, first, we're more than our energy body. Second, we can affect change in the body. Third, we can affect change in the field. Fourth, we can affect change in any environments. Fifth, a shift in brainwave states corresponds with the changes in the imagery and vice versa. And sixth, staying in a shift phase state, the alignment no longer exists in the imagery. So if we can do the work and be able to walk and live in that meditative state, have the tools to be able to shift those states when we need to, then we have the ability to empower ourselves, empower our own health and wellness, and be the director of our own life. So let's go through a technique, a breathing technique linked to the body sensations by the core work. And it's the key to a technique where we breathe into that core point, that still point within the head. So what we're doing is we bring the flow back into harmony in this work with the inspiration and the expiration, with the in-breath and the out-breath, which are both equally important technique. So during the majority of this practice, we'll focus on the breath, and a particular point behind the eyes, just above the pineal gland within the brain, our major gland. I don't have time to go deeply into this, but if you'd like to know more, you can contact me at rhombushealingarts.com and I can send you the PDF on the process and other similar processes that activate the pineal, pituitary, and hypothalamus, the inner channel within our head. So the second stage is to activate these areas of the head. And as you breathe from that first stage, that first breath work, notice the changes, what your pattern is with focus within inside you, and whatever sensations are coming, right? Or what sensations aren't coming. Just notice. When breathing in this way, notice how your body responds. You're getting to know your own information. It's very, very simple technique, but it is power-filled because all the mystic work and, you know, consciousness, unity consciousness comes from being able to be still within. And you can be still without sitting still. You can have stillness as you move through the world. But this is one of the first stages that you can practice. And it's desirable not to judge yourself, just notice. So the next point is, it's simple work, but to do it masterfully is a skill to be practiced. So you're going to find your temples. Okay, find your temples, and with a finger on each side of the head, move to the outer corner of the eyes. And now you're just going to think of a line going from one finger to the other finger through the head. And imagine a second line that intersects this previous one. So this second line is going to start at the bridge of the nose and where the eyebrows come together. And you want to think of this intersection, or where these two lines cross. And this one between the brow is slightly angled down, and it's what I call the internal channel, where we can access our pineal, pituitary, and then the hypothalamus. But today we're just doing one aspect of this, and it takes practice. Now, how do you know that you're in the right spot? Well, there's a technique. What you're going to do is, when you have focus and breath basically correct, you will feel a sensation like a relaxation through the body, a wave or a melting feeling. And you may feel movement of or release and relaxation going down your neck and your shoulders. You may not. So this is about paying attention to your own information. It's all data. It's all telling you something. Even if you're not sensing something, that's data that tells you something. So you also have the kinesthetic, the conscious and kinesthetic awareness of all parts of the body all at once. Okay, so what we're going to do is breathe into this point where these lines intersect. Takes practice. How you adjust your awareness to this point. When you're too high, you will feel a fuzziness in your head. When you're too low, you will feel a sensation more generally in the throat. When you're going too far back, you may feel a sensation in more to the back of the head. And if you're too far forwards in your placement of intention at this point, you may feel it in your sinuses. When you're just right, when you have this place within your head, just behind where the nose meets the skull, you will feel a full body sensation and a full body relaxation. And this relaxation is often first sensed through the neck. However, you practice it and play around with that. When you move your intention a bit further forward, a bit further back, what are the sensations you're feeling? This is all indication of where your intention goes. Okay, everything is energy, and we can move energy through intention. Thank you for participating, and keep practicing. It is a power-filled process, and connect with me and let me know how you go. And if you want further instructions on the process, the full process, I'm happy to send it to you via email. So just contact robertshealingarts.com if you'd like any more information. So may the